Stevens' office. I'm sorry, sir, he's in conference. No, he's not at the football game. No, really, this is an honest-to-goodness conference. The one on planning. You know, they've been meeting regularly for some time now. All the brass hats in town. The mayor and Dr. Cummings and Lou Smith from the Grange and some top men from the unions and Mrs. Wilkinson from the high school and... Oh, yes, there'll probably be another hour yet.
Good night, miss.
Good evening, miss. Goodbye, Miss Collins.
Goodbye. Hello, Mrs. Wilkinson.
Hello, dear.
Mr. Stevens, is it all right if I leave now?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, do you suppose we got anywhere?
I think by next week's meeting, some of the ideas we discussed should begin to crystallize.
It appears to me that everyone's talking about the same objectives. There seems to be a good deal of confusion around the table about, well, just how we're going to get there. I wouldn't like to admit it to my high school class, but I'm slightly confused myself.
As I see it, Mrs. W., it's just fundamentals.
Fundamentals?
Sure. Same sort of thing has proved itself in my business time and again. I've seen it work elsewhere time and again. Saw it last summer. You know young Bill Miller.
If it hadn't been for this meeting, I'd have been out there this afternoon watching him play. Oh, incidentally,
we won. And can you imagine? Bill scored 2 touchdowns. His first year on the team, too.
Well, that should make the dance tonight something.
What about Bill?
About Bill?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, when I get to thinking of jobs and prosperity, think of him. I guess what happened in the story began as recently as last July. As I got the details later, I think you could have seen Bill on this particular day and never have guessed that we were having quite a hot spell. Little Joe, his brother, was puzzling things out as usual. The Nielsen kids, who lived next door, had been working in their garden.
Hey, what's the big idea? Gee, Bill, are you crazy?
Gloves? On a day like this?
They're my driving gloves. Gotta pick up my car.
Car?
Yeah, bought it this morning. Pick it up at 3, the man said. So I'm on my way to pick it up.
Oh, you're fooling.
I am not.
Well, where'd you get the money?
Bill, would you take me for a ride?
Good gosh, I couldn't. This automobile is for business.
What business?
Construction business. Ernie and I figured it all out. They're gonna build a new airport, aren't they? They're gonna need workers, aren't they? Well, we've got to get out there somehow, don't we?
You mean for the whole gang to go up and work in the airport?
That's what I bought the car for. We'll make enough money building that new airport so that we can all go to camp together.
And at camp, you can all get in some real football practice.
That's the idea, Ruth. Well, I'll see you shortly. I got a date with a dream. Wait a minute! Good gosh, and he gave me a 90-day guarantee.
Are you hurt, son?
No, sir, I'm all right. But look at my new car.
Oh. Well, maybe you can have it fixed. There doesn't seem to be much wrong with him.
Curious about one thing, Bill. How the dickens you expected to go to camp when you spent your camp money for a car?
Good gosh, Dad. Do we have to discuss our private affairs before a complete stranger?
Well, I certainly don't consider Ruth a stranger. Anyway, she's our guest.
Well, good gosh.
Never mind that
What?
good gosh business. I'm pretty tired of that expression. Now, how about the camp?
Mr. Miller, he was going to earn the money back by working on the airport. All the boys were going to earn money that way.
Well, how'll you get to camp now? And don't say good gosh.
I wasn't. Well, Dad, I thought maybe you could...
Oh, no. I gave you the money once, and you chose to have bright ideas about what to do with it. Now you'll have to get another bright idea or forget about camp entirely.
Berries?
Just a few. That's enough. I haven't got much appetite.
Bill, are you sure you feel all right?
I'm all right. It's the system that's wrong. Car smashed, no job. Everybody against me, even my own father.
System?
Sure, I can prove it. Writing a book. I'm just a member of the downtrodden masses, exploited by the capitalistic system for its own personal gain.
Bill Miller, you don't know what you're saying. You're just in a bad mood, so I'm going home.
Ruth, wait a minute. Oh, good gosh.
Bill? I believe you met Mr. Stevens this afternoon.
Just wanted to check on how you were, young man, after that smash-up. See, I have a sort of special reason. It happened right in front of my house.
It's nice of you to come and inquire, sir.
Oh, quite a shop. What's that you're making?
It's a sprayer to kill bugs.
That's a well-made spray. Think I could use a new one myself.
I wish you'd take that one.
Well, thank you, no. I'll buy it, though. As a matter of fact, I think you might find a number of buyers for an item like this.
You think so? Good gosh. Oh, I'm sorry, Dad. I wouldn't know just what to charge for 'em. But boy, I sure could use the money right now.
Figuring what to charge him is a simple business problem. First off, you have to consider the value of your raw material. If you're interested,
I sure am.
have a pencil.
I sure have.
Well, there you have it. You can earn all you need and more selling those bug sprays, but you got to make more than one at a time. That means you'll require help and extra tools for your helpers. Those are going to cost money.
But do you think if I can show some advance orders, I can get people to put up that money? To invest?
Right. When you have anything worthwhile and orders to prove it, you can always get financial backing. Perhaps your father would like to...
No, sir. There's a special reason why I don't want to ask him.
And did he get the advance orders?
He did. And then he went after investors. He explained his proposition to old Mr. Schubert. Schubert wasn't interested. Neither was Mrs. Perkins. You see, getting investors wasn't easy. Then he talked to Fred Brown. Bill's plan didn't sound bad to Fred. Mac McCardle said if Fred Brown would go along, he would too. And then, of all people, Miss Wheeler at the tea shop. She thought it was a sound investment. So they became his backers. McCardle, Brown, Miss Wheeler. And with the help of the money they advanced, the Miller basement began to look like a real workshop.
Hey, look at these orders. I sold 8 more to people over Main Avenue, and a couple to the woman with a big estate near school. And I left a dozen at Cowles' hardware store.
You mean right on the shelves?
Well, practically. Mr. Cowles was out, but I left the sprays with a note. Boy, we'll make enough money to get to camp, and more. Hey, Ruth, what are you doing here?
I guess I can work, too, even if I don't want to go to camp to practice football.
Hey, isn't today payday?
You guys don't miss a thing. When Mr. Cowles starts doing the selling for us, I'll pitch in down here, too. And we'll really clean up. Here, $10 each.
10? Gee, Bill, this doesn't seem like much for all the work we've done.
It's what we agreed on. Remember, I have to pay for material and overhead. And also put aside a profit for the folks who set us up in this business.
Well, I figured on more too, Bill.
Yeah, so did I.
We're beating our brains out so somebody else can get all the gravy.
Must be easier ways than this of earning $10.
But you fellas know I can't pay you any more. Hello, Mr. Cowles. Anything wrong?
Look, I read your note, Bill. I can't buy these much as I'd like to help you.
Good gosh.
Uh-oh. Now, listen, boys. Say, you got quite a nice setup here, haven't you? The point is this. You want to sell your sprays to me for $1. Well, I've got to make a profit myself when I sell them to the public. But these are only worth $1. So if you want me to sell them for you, I've got to be able to buy them for under $1.
Well, maybe you can get $1.25 for them.
Oh, no, not a chance. These are worth $1 and no more. You're in competition with other spray manufacturers, too, see?
But our spray is better.
Maybe so, but not enough better to get more money for it. Besides, customers don't want to spend more. They want to spend less. Now, the way to sell things is to give people bargains. Better quality for less money. You can get the price of those sprays down a little. You bring them back.
Bill,
You still here?
I was just thinking, if you could put a gadget like this on the spray, you know, a kind of tricky nozzle so it'd spray up from underneath.
Yeah. That's neat, Ruth. But can't you see I got other things in my mind right now? With all your complaints here. I'm trying to give the public what it wants. And tomorrow, having to report to our investors. Oh, good gosh. It just seems like more than I know how to handle.
So you see, by this time, Bill was a pretty confused young man, like a lot of grown-ups are today. Of course, the trouble was that he didn't understand
The fundamentals?
the fundamentals. Well, that's when I came into his life again. Or rather, he came into mine.
Yes?
I'd like to see Mr. Stevens.
What is it in reference to?
You mean you want me to tell you first?
Well, yes.
Well, it's like this. It's about the bug sprays I'm making, see? Well, Mr. Stevens knows all about them. Well, Mr. Cowles at the hardware store wants them, but he wants them cheaper than I can make them. And the people who put up their money, they want some of their money back tonight. And the gang back home wants more money for the work they're doing, and I have to have money myself before vacation's over.
Just a moment. I think Mr. Stevens better take care of this personally.
All right, Bill. I think I see your problem. What we need is to clear up our thinking a bit. Let me draw you a picture. I'm going to illustrate your situation with this triangle. Now, this isn't any idea of mine, Bill. It's theory on which all business operates. Down here in this corner are your workers, making sprays and getting paid for it. Over in this corner are the people who invested money in your business and should have a fair return for the risk they've taken. Up here at the top are people who are going to buy your sprays, and they want more for their money. Now, these three corners on the triangle are your problem, aren't they?
Sure are. And I'm right in the middle.
You are management. You have to solve all the problems of all these groups. So you are in the middle. Now, capital is yanking on this leg, yelling for dividends. Labor is pulling on the other for raises. Up here at the top, the consumer has a rope around your neck. He wants better bargains.
Right. Good gosh. How can I satisfy all of them at once?
Well, that's management's problem and responsibility, whether it's in a little business like yours or a big one. You have to keep labor, capital, and the consumer happy, because you can't be in business without all three corners of the triangle. And the folks in those corners need you, too, because management has the know-how to make a successful commercial enterprise. Now, let's think about your own problem. How about giving your consumers a better bargain so they'll buy more sprays?
But we can't make them any cheaper, Mr. Stevens.
Well, then, can you make them better? Improve them so you'll sell more and bring down the price that way.
Well, Ruth had an idea, but I need a new power tool to do it. And we ought to have something so we don't have to paint them by hand. And, oh, good gosh. Seems like everything means money.
Oh, talk to your investors. Oh, they might be willing to come through with some more capital if they knew that you'd already made some profit. Now, this is the way to present it to them.
So if we sell more sprays, everybody benefits. The people that buy them will save money, the gang will get more pay, and you'll get more profit.
Say, look at this. Now, take me. I work for wages, and I'm always hollering for more. Now I'm on the opposite side of the fence just because I invested some money.
You've got something there, Mac, you and me. You see, we're in two corners of this triangle at once.
We're in all three of them. Imagine, labor, capital, and consumer all at the same time. Oh, dear.
Say, Bill, how much more do you need?
Oh, I don't need any additional money. It's just that I want you to put back part of your profit.
You mean we've got something coming to us?
Well, your share of the profits up till now.
Good gracious.
Well, then what have we been arguing for? Why did you say so in the first place? Go ahead, get your new equipment, hire your new boy.
Well, I'm not hiring a boy. I'm hiring a girl. Well, gang, another payday. I've got some news for you.
What's up, Bill? We've got more orders than we can handle now.
Yeah. Well, first, you've all got another raise coming. $2 more apiece for everybody.
More money? Again? Wow.
Sure. That's because ever since we got more capital and bought the tools and put Ruth on, we've been making more and more sprays all the time.
But, Bill, we keep selling them for less and less money. We're getting 75 cents for them now.
Well, gee, Ernie, didn't Bill explain about that triangle? The more we make, the less they cost to make a piece. So we can sell them to the public for less money. Then the public buys more of them, and we get more money coming in. Everybody benefits.
Well, whatever it is, this week's pay will give me enough money to go to camp.
Me too. But then what'll happen to the business?
We've sold bug sprays to just about everybody in town, and the gardens are nearly ready for harvesting. So there's no sense in us keeping the shop open during the fall and winter.
Close the shop?
Sure, because after camp we'll all be going back to school and football.
But what about the folks who invested with us?
They're going to stick with us until we can open up next summer. And I've got orders here that'll give us a running start from that big garden supply store over in Mason City for delivery next July 1st.
Okay, gang, we're on our way to camp. Signals, 44.
We're through now, Bill?
We're all through till next year.
Good gosh! I thought this was a steady job.
Bill, remember you once said something about the system being wrong?
Hooey, I know the score now. Okay, gang, come and get it! Come and get it!
Why didn't anyone ever tell me about this triangle?
It's nothing new. I suppose folks just have to see it in black and white. We've always had it. It's the whole American economic system. Right before your eyes. It makes us tick.
The next meeting of our planning committee is Wednesday noon, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And you and Mrs. Stevens will be at the high school dance tonight, won't you?
Yes, we're supposed to be chaperones.
Well, then, I've been listening to your ideas. Now I've an idea myself.
Look who's here. Oh, there he is now. Bill! Bill Miller!
She's calling me. Good gosh, what have I done? Hello, Mr. Stevens. Mrs. Stevens. Mrs. Wilkinson.
Well, the game this afternoon may have been closer than it seems.
Bill, I didn't realize until this afternoon that I had a successful businessman in my class.
Oh, that.
And we're wondering how you'd like to come to a meeting of the planning committee to be held at the tea shop next Wednesday at 12:30 and have luncheon and make a speech about your experience and meet the mayor and maybe get your picture in the paper.
Good gosh, I'd love to. But next Wednesday noon, I don't get out of school till afternoon.
Well, I think Mrs. Wilkinson can arrange for one of the big businessmen of the community to leave school early just for the once.
I think so.
Oh, that'll be swell.
Imagine getting your picture in the paper and meeting the mayor and making a speech.
Making a speech?
Well, that's what you said you'd do.
I said that? Good gosh. Why, I've never made a speech in my life.
Well, then, you better tell Mrs. Wilkinson.
Tell her what?
That you can't do it.
Yeah. Good gosh, I didn't say I can't do it.
You mean you think you can?
Certainly I can if I want to.
Gee, I couldn't in a million years.
Well, I guess it's different with a girl. But actually making a speech is easy.
It is?
Well, certainly. All you do, you stand up there and you talk. That's all. You just talk and talk and talk.
About what?
Oh, just fundamentals.